Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeev Bhatia again with a new video on your legal current affairs for the month of March of 2022. And these legal current affairs are important for CLAT 2022 and 2023 and also AILET 2022. So now if you are anyone who's giving the SLAT examination, I hope you are aware of the notification that has come out very recently regarding the SLAT examination. That SLAT will be held in the month of July. So there is no clash between the exams of SLAT and AILET. So that's a good news that is coming for all the law aspirants. If you are not aware of that, please check the Symbiosis, the updated date sheet for SLAT, and find yourself the right spot in the paper. Now, coming to the first part, if you are not subscribed to our channel, do make sure that you are subscribing to our channel, and also don't forget to hit on the bell icon for all the free updates so that you can come up and watch our videos very regularly. And all these likes help the mentors to make more videos for you guys. So do make sure that you're liking the video before you leave. Now, sorry, this is for the month of March. So you can see that the first news for the day is Mr. N. Biren Singh has taken the oath for the Chief Minister of Manipur for the second term itself. Now, he is also a person who's going to be there on the post for 5 years. Now, the ruling BJP party contested all the 60 seats in Manipur Assembly elections in 2022 and won 32. So they thought that the person Biren Singh will be the appropriate candidate for their chief ministerial candidate, and he started his career as a footballer. Then he turned into a journalist before joining politics as his final career option. Right, so you can see that there were a lot of ups and downs in his life, and definitely he was able to achieve the post of Chief Minister of Manipur from the ticket of BJP in the state. Now, coming to the next very big news is Bhagwant Singh Mann. Bhagwant Mann has sworn as the new Chief Minister of Punjab. If you know that he was a candidate from Aam Aadmi Party, and also it was one of the second places where Aam Aadmi Party proved its ground and got through and won those seats. So Bhagwant Mann was the person. He was a comedian before this. I'm pretty sure you might have seen him in different movies also. And he's sworn as the 17th Chief Minister of Punjab, and also he was a member of Aam Aadmi Party, and also they won 117 seats. They won 92 seats out of 117 members in the Punjab Assembly. And also, the Mann was giving a speech where he ended his speech by saying, "Inkalam Zindabad, long live the revolution," because they're coming from Aam Aadmi Party, which was a party that started on the basis of Arvind Kejriwal and other people. And Anna Hazare was one of the people who gave a sense of this Lokayukta and all those things to the country. So definitely these people are coming from the place where they like to revolt against the wrongdoings in the country, and which is a great thing, I guess. And definitely, so Bhagwant Mann is the new Chief Minister of Punjab right now. Now, as you might have heard, the new speech that was given by Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Affairs Minister, the Cabinet Minister for Home Affairs, and also he is one of the guys who was telling the people in the assembly that they shouldn't be worried about the changes that are being made. And also they brought in the Identification Act also that will require the photographs and the fingerprints of the people who are getting into the criminal process. So there were a lot of changes that were being said by Amit Shah in the assembly, and now we can read them out, that what was going on. So the suggestions were taken for the amendments that had to be done in the CRPC. Now the Indian Evidence Act and Indian Penal Code, that is the IPC. So basically the criminal fundamental of the country is being tried to amend it a little bit. And also there were suggestions that were taken by different chief ministers, governors, union territory administrators, lieutenant governors, national law universities, bar councils of various states, bar councils of India, law institutions, and also a lot of MPs regarding the comprehensive amendments that were being made in the criminal law itself. Now coming to the 146th report, the department related to Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs recommended a comprehensive review of the country's criminal justice system, because there were a lot of lags and procedural lags that were existing in the procedure and the penal code of the country. So they wanted to bring up these comprehensive changes also. Now, why are the amendments being done? Because they want to make these comprehensive changes in India's criminal laws so as to provide speedy and also give them affordable justice to the people of the nation. It also looked to create a legal structure that is people-centric. Okay, they are trying to create a structure that is people-centric. Now, coming to the constituted committee. Now, there was a chairmanship of Ranveer Singh, who was the Vice Chancellor of National Law University in Delhi, and also a committee has been constituted to suggest criminal law reforms. As you know, National Law University Delhi has also a project called 39A, so you can also read about it if you are much more interested, which is related to death penalty also. Now, Haryana anti-conversion bill, as we have studied about a lot of conversion bills around, which is also, we have said it's called Love Jihad and all those things we have discussed in our channel itself a lot of times now. So if you don't know, please refer to our old videos. If you want me, I will also put that in the comments and also write the minutes for that particular information that was provided in these YouTube videos. So Haryana anti-conversion bill is regarding prevention of unlawful conversion of religion. Right now, it looks to prevent conversion of persons' religion through force, fraudulent methods, allurement, or any under guise of marriage, right? So if anyone is trying to convert the religion of any person, then definitely they will be punished with a fine and also jail time. Now, similar bills have also been passed in UP, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka. So you can see that now, according to the bill, the conversion is done by force, allurement, fraudulent methods, right? They will be imprisonment to 1 to 5 years, and also a minimum fine of 1 lakh will be applicable. Now, the bill also states particularly about converting a woman, a man, a minor, or a person from the scheduled tribe or a scheduled caste, right, which will be handed out a punishment that includes imprisonment for the term period of a minimum of 4 years, and that can extend up to 10 years. The person will also be liable to pay fine of minimum 3 lakh rupees, right? So that's a big fine that is coming from Haryana government regarding the anti-conversion bill. Now coming to Dubai virtual asset regulation law. So now Dubai has taken out a regulation for the virtual assets that are there. If you might have heard about cryptocurrencies, NFTs, all of these things are there and in existence with our systems right now, normal basic traditional currency systems that we are running. So Dubai has introduced a crypto asset regulation, joining the ranks of Singapore, the United States, the United Kingdom, El Salvador, and other countries that have enacted cryptocurrency laws. Now they have passed this law by Dubai to regulate this new age industry, which has been rapidly expanding, right? So if you know that the BARA, a regulatory body, will be overseeing the developments of virtual assets and businesses in Dubai, and also providing them business environment in terms of licensing, regulations, and governance also, right? If something goes wrong with you, what will you do, right? So there needs to be a party which takes care of the governance also. So they will do the same for you. Now, the Dubai Virtual Asset Regulation Law also aims to establish Dubai to the United Arab Emirates as the regional and the global virtual asset industry destination, right? So if you know that Dubai has been trying to make the country as the one-stop destination for everything, for tourism, for business, for a lot of leisure activities also. So if you know that Dubai has made sure that they come up on the top of every list in every scenario that is possible, and they're doing the same for virtual assets also. So now, what was the need of creating this law? Why did they bring up this new law? So basically, the new law will require the residents of Dubai to register with VRA VARA before engaging in crypto related activities. So even if you're trading, you need to register yourself with the VARA. Now, businesses that dealt with virtual assets will now require to register. Cryptocurrency exchanges, business that facilitate cryptocurrency transfer, etc., are examples of these businesses. Now, they have also given the exceptions of government-owned DIFC financial free zone. The new rule will apply throughout Dubai. The DIFC's regulator, the Dubai Financial Service Authority, is developing its own virtual asset regulation, right? Now, what about virtual assets? Any digitalized token that can be traded, transferred, or used for payment might be considered a virtual asset. And also the digital representation of fiat currency is not included under virtual asset. Non-fungible tokens, that is NFTs, right? And cryptocurrencies are the most popular digital assets, right? So that is something that you need to see right now. Now coming to the AILET till Anti-Lynching Act. So AILET till Anti-Lynching Act is for United States of America, which is making a law, and they have signed the law. The President Joe Biden has signed the law making lynching a hate crime, right, in United States of America. Now the bill was earlier passed by the Senate of US in the March of 2022, and also it was a black boy whose name was Emmett Till, who was 14 years of age, who in year 1955 was brutally killed in Mississippi after he was accused of offending a white woman in the grocery store of her family, right? The unanimous consent, the bill passed the US Senate. The House of Representatives, the bill was passed by a vote of 422 to 3, right? So 3 were against it, 422 passed in the favor. Now, what was the earlier legislation to anti-lynching here was that they considered, the US Congress considered this legislation over 120 years ago. They failed to pass it around 200 times. In 1900, it was put forward by George Henry White, then North Carolina rep, who was Congress only black member at that time. Till's murder and the dismissal of the charges by an all-white jury against the 2 white men who committed the crime started a movement in the country. The 2 men later confessed to killing, and this drew national attention to the violence by the country's African-American population, and civil rights rallying cry began. Right? So 120 years ago, they tried to pass it 200 times, but Till's death was the time where they realized, because the white jury was there, they said that these people have not committed it. Lynching is not a hate crime. They've said all those things. But that led to a very different scenario in the country, and ultimately led those people to accept that they were the killers of that person, and also led to a civil rights rallying around the country also. Now, Karnataka High Court verdict on hijab ban. If you might have read the news, this is a very, very important news that is coming up. There was a 3-judge bench in the Karnataka High Court that gave a verdict on the petitions related to banning hijab in the Karnataka's educational institutions, right? So there was a case that was going on regarding the same. Now the court upheld the order of Karnataka government prescribing wearing of uniform in schools and pre-university colleges as per the provisions of Karnataka Education Act. Thus, the court rejected all the petitions that were filed by 9 Muslim girl students of the Udupi district. High Court also said that wearing hijab by women is not a part of essential religious practices in Islam. This is what the High Court is saying. Now, the right to wear hijab is not protected under right to freedom of religion guaranteed by Article 25 of the Constitution of India, and also declared that prescribing uniform for students neither violates the right to freedom of speech and expression nor the right to privacy is guaranteed by the Constitution of India. Thus, putting a ban on wearing hijab in educational institution is a reasonable restriction and which is permitted by the Constitution, and the student cannot object to the ban. Now, there was a plea in the Supreme Court where after the Karnataka High Court judgment, a student from Karnataka approached the Supreme Court against the order. In his plea, the student mentioned the right to wear hijab is protected by the right to conscience under Article 25 of the Constitution of India. right? Now, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, that is also called TRAI, has taken out its act, which was passed by Parliament in 1997, and 25 years of TRAI Act has also put way forward to the stakeholders in the telecom industry for broadcasting, IT area, and Aadhaar. And also, there was a seminar that was organized by them. So, TRAI started in 1990, where India saw the entry of private sectors in the like the sector of telecom, and also to regulate the private sector, they felt that there was a need of an independent regulatory body, because industry इतनी बड़ी है कि इसको regulate करने के लिए एक different body की जरूरत पड़ेगी. So they decided that they'll bring up a new body here, and accordingly in 1997 the ordinance was passed to establish the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, and the ordinance was later replaced by TRAI Act of 1997 that was passed by the Parliament. Now, important functions of TRAI, introduction of new service provider, licensing, providing quality customer service, providing customers the right amount of, ombudsman of the customers also, because they'll try to figure out what are the grievances of the individuals and how they can go up and solve them, right? They also ensure effective compliances with the universal service obligations, and also notify the rates which telecom service shall be provided under the TRAI Act. So basically, it was a regulatory authority and also established its act here, right? Now, coming to the next part is that Parliament has passed the bill to merge 3 municipal corporations in Delhi. We have discussed this earlier in our video also. So they have merged South Delhi Municipal Corporation, that is SDMC, NDMC, and ETMC. Now they'll be coming under one only, and they'll be called Delhi Municipal Corporation. So, so you can see that these 3 are merged together now. Now, because obviously this was a bill that was passed in the Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Act by the Legislative Assembly of Delhi. This is why the opposition has criticized the bill, alleging that it disrupts cooperative federalism, right? So that's what they've said. Now, unmarried daughters can claim marriage expenses from parents under Hindu Adoptions and Maintenance Act. That's what the court has said. And also they said that an unmarried daughter comes under the category, and they refer to Section 20 of the Act of 1956, which speaks about the maintenance of children and aged parents. Okay. The court said that the application moved to by the unmarried daughter before the family court was only confined to release of 25 lakhs as a one-time settlement for the purpose of marriage only, and not for daily food, clothing, and residence. So recently they said that unmarried daughter can claim these marriage expenses from her parents under the provisions of Hindu Adoptions and Maintenance Act of 1956. Chaliye. Next is that a state can impose reasonable restrictions in the freedom of contract and trade. This was said by the Delhi High Court, that they recently upheld the amendments to the Marketing Discipline Guidelines MDG issued by the oil marketing companies to the petrol and diesel retail outlets in order to protect the rights of RO's employees. Now, the relationship between the OMCs and their respective dealers is purely contractual in nature and governed by the terms of dealership license agreements executed between the parties, right? So that's what is being said here. And also, coming to the next news is that the Freedom of World 2022 report has ranked India partially free. And also, they have said that our country scored 67, and in 2022, it is out of 66 out of 100 now. So we are partially free, right? I'm really sorry, guys. So all of these factors, they take care of what kind of policies were the government forming, how they were treating the people, were there any protests, how were things going on in the protest, what were the things that were going on, right? So it is a US-based NGO that assesses the political rights and the civil liberties of people all around the world. So they have ranked India 66 out of 100 in 2022. The country had scored 67 in 2021. And also India was a free country till 2020 when its score was 71. So a lot of changes are coming up. Now, International Transgender Day of Visibility of 2022 was observed on March of 31st to raise awareness of discrimination that is faced by transgender people all across the world. Right now, you can remember this. There are a lot of things that I've written below this. So if you are interested in reading the history, you can definitely pause the video and read the history of the same. But if you have been asked the question in the examination, then it will only be asked with what is the date for the same. So it might be asked that it is 31st of March. Right. So that is it for today, guys. Thanks for joining this live session. I hope you enjoyed this live session and learned something about the current affairs of March of 2022. Don't forget to hit on the like, share, and subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit on the bell icon. So do take care of yourself. Have a nice day ahead, and have a great weekend ahead, and take care of yourself. Stay safe, wear your mask, and use your hand sanitizers, as you know that the COVID wave is definitely hitting different countries all across the world. So your safety is in your hands. So definitely wear a mask and use your hand sanitizers, and also maintain social distancing as much as possible. Right? Take care, guys. Thanks for joining this live session. Hope to see you all again very, very soon in a new video on the same place, same time with the same person. Thanks, guys. Take care and have a nice day ahead.